All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It is Monday, October 17th, 9:02. Thank you guys for being on this call. And thank you for the first weekend of open enrollment. I know myself and some of my teammates were helping you guys out over the weekend, and we're going to touch base on a couple of things here that we've discovered and help you out. But first and foremost, we are here to improve the lives of our community with affordable health care. So thank you for being a part of that mission. As always, we're going to touch on the training calendar. There's not a lot of training going on right now, as you can expect, because it is the beginning of open enrollment, which officially started on October 15th, which was Saturday. You can begin taking Medicare Advantage enrollments, Medicare Supplement enrollments, PDPs, and do any type of switch that is necessary for your clients. And that started on Saturday. So I know some of you were working this Saturday and Sunday even, and we very much appreciate all the hard work that you do for the community and for your clients. So we're back at it. It's Monday morning, and we've got some things happening around the industry. So I'm going to share my screen here with the training calendar. And again, this can be found in the Gold Key. If you need help with the Gold Key, reach out to a team member, and we are glad to get that hooked up for you so you know what's going on around the world. All right, this morning at 9 o'clock, Ambetter is doing a training in Spanish, so you can jump in there. They're also doing another one today at 1 o'clock in English. So if you're interested in joining the Ambetter training for Florida, that is today, Spanish at 9 o'clock this morning, and then English at 1 o'clock. WellCare is doing their training for 2023. For any stragglers there, of course, that's at 2 o'clock today. Moving on to Tuesday, it looks like Tom has put in a link for our Medicare Shop training sessions. Many of you are still a little woozy about Medicare Shop. We're going to talk about that today. And it's going to talk about the enrollment capabilities, the recording capabilities as well. And you can access that through the link on the training calendar. And just to make sure it's easy for all of you, I'm posting that in the chat as well. So you can click that link, and that'll take you to the training there for Medicare Shop 23 with the recording capability. Tom has posted his phone number after you've watched it. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and reach out there. We're also going to talk a little bit about support this morning as well, and how we're going to continue to help you out. So every day that's posted at 8:30 in the calendar. So you can pop in there. It's the same link across the whole week. Also on Tuesday, tomorrow at 11, devoted to doing an open training session at 11 a.m. Looks like they're going to continue to support throughout AEP. Also looking on Thursday, the 20th, they're doing the same thing with a broker coffee and chat there. That's at 11:30, geared for Jacksonville, but is available at 11:30 for everybody. And then last thing going on is Oscar. They're doing their plans and network update. That's on Thursday, the 20th at 1:30. So that's what's going on this week. Hope everyone takes advantage of those training sessions and events if you can. We know that clients come first. So as I can expect, we may have low attendance for these calls on Monday morning. But just so you know, don't feel guilty about it if you do have a client that you have to see. These are being recorded and they are hosted on YouTube, so you can jump over there and check that out. I have been asked to go through the policy and procedure for a Medicare Advantage now. So I'm going to do that here. I'm on the checklist that lives in our Gold Key. Some of you have already downloaded this and printed it out. I think this is a super helpful tool to use as you're going through this new process of recording calls and ensuring that you're compliant. Okay. So again, CMS requires that every interaction with every Medicare Advantage member or Medicare beneficiary has to be recorded. Okay. So please make sure you're doing that. That started on October 1st. Okay. And that is a definite. You got to have that done. So, again, we have this checklist here. I'm going to go ahead and post it in the chat as well. I'm seeing Marissa. She says she's laminated it. I love it. That is awesome. Until it becomes natural to you. You just have to have something nearby for yourself. But here it is. The first thing you've got to do is you've got to read that disclaimer. I've created this first disclaimer is basically just letting them know that CMS now requires brokers to record all interactions. You do not have to read this verbatim because this is just a scripted disclaimer to let them know that you're requesting them to be recorded. If they agree, you can go ahead and start the recording. If they declined it, we recommend that you notate it in the account. Now, per our training, some carriers have a different view on this. Some carriers say that you absolutely have to record it, otherwise you got to go see them in person. That's not what's written in the CMS guidelines. It does allow, if the member declines, that you can continue with the conversation, but they are looking for patterns in that. So make sure that you're recording your calls, okay? Then you're going to read that disclaimer, and the official disclaimer, once you started the recording, is here, and it reads, "We do not offer every plan available in your area. Any information we provide is limited to those plans we do offer in your area. Please contact Medicare.gov or 1-800-Medicare to get information on all of your options." That needs to be read during your recording in the first minute, is what they're asking. Once you read that, you can go ahead and create a new account if you don't already have one in Spark or in Medicare Shop 23. We've got a video here. You can click that and watch that video if you need help with that as well. We've got instructions on how to collect that scope in Shop, and there's a quick sheet there. We recommend that you go through the needs analysis, which is, basic sales 101. You're going to pick out their preferences. You're going to add their doctors. You're going to start their Medicare.gov account if they don't have one. They're going to verify their drugs, their pharmacy, and then you're going to compare plans. Okay. Now you can compare up to 3 plans, but we recommend that you compare 2, only because it then becomes, do you want this or not? That's a yes or no question, and in sales you don't want that. It becomes, which one do you want? So just a little technique to kind of help you out with that. Then you've got send a quote or send the app for signature. That does depend on the carrier. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. There's your agent dashboard if they've got a PDF there. The HRA quick form, and then follow up. The thank you cards. Update your CRM and ask for referrals. Okay, so that's the entire process. I know it seems daunting, but if you just go through and check the boxes, I promise you it becomes second nature, and you just really get into the groove to it. It's really not that bad, guys. I think this whole call recording thing has helped us kind of streamlined and cleaned up our processes, and help it with a little bit of structure. So there it is. That's the checklist. You guys can access that. I posted that in the chat for you guys to link to it, and it's also on the Gold Key as well. All right. So Medicare Shop 23 is now live. It was live October 1st, but you couldn't enroll until Saturday. And as of October 1st, we started to see errors. We started to see issues. Some misinformation that is on Medicare Shop that was built by Connecture. And so, if you see something missing, if you see something wrong, please let us know. And the best way to do that is shoot over an email to support@askhpm.com. We do have a chat feature now, which is live on joinhpm.com. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But if you're discovering issues, if something is wrong there, we need details, as much details as you can give us. Please don't just say that it's not working, because that's not going to help us fix the issue. Let us know where you are in the enrollment process. Take a screenshot if you can, what carrier you were working with, what section did it stop working, or what information is missing. Please be as detailed as possible, because if you don't help us with the details, we're not going to know how to fix the issue. Okay. So again, shoot that over to support@askhpm.com, and then we will escalate it up to Connecture. Remember, Connecture is the software company that we hired to build Medicare Shop, and they receive the CMS data and load it into the system for us. if you see data misinformation or things like that, unfortunately, some of that data is coming directly from CMS. So there may be errors at CMS. It may be outdated information. It may be misplaced by Connecture. But just so you're understanding, we do not control the data input and the data design inside Medicare Shop. That is by Connecture because they have a contract with the federal government to build these enrollment platforms. Okay. So we rely on them to fix these issues. We've already discovered several issues and they have been addressed. And to my knowledge, they have been fixed or on the path to be fixed. So just keep that going. I really appreciate the feedback on this. It's the only way that things are going to improve. If you find an issue and you ignore it, you might be the only one that saw it. Okay. So we want to kind of help all of us out. Your find could help all of us or many other agents down the road. So just keep that in mind as you're going through that. But the good news is this: Connecture put out a little data note here that basically said that within the first 10 days of their supported websites, which we're one of them, that launched on October 1st, they have tracked and observed the following: 1.71 million overall page views. Okay, so that's just through Connecture. 1.71 million overall page views, 418,000 unique users / members. Okay, these are profiles that were created. 418,000 unique users, 5,300 quick quotes, 7,400 scope of appointments, and that were sent from you guys, agents out there that are helping folks out. So it is cruising right now. There is a lot of activity on their servers and within not only Medicare Shop, but Connecture across the country. So it's a very large system. It covers, every corner of the United States for plan options. So we expected them to have a few bumps in the road this first week of AEP, but I do promise you it will get smoother, and we're going to need your help with that. So as you're identifying things, just shoot it over to support@askhpm.com and we can help you with that. Okay. All right. I also want to share with you a little bit of details about the chat feature now, which is on joinhpm.com, in an effort to make your lives as easy as possible. You can reach us by phone or text at our phone number. So we do have the text option there. And that's 844-696-3975. And you can call or text. We're available there to help you out with any issues. Doesn't matter what it is. That way you don't have to send, 4 emails to 5 different people. Don't worry about that. We have one email now, support@askhpm.com. We're going to have several teammates that are going to be monitoring that email. And now we've got this chat feature too. So if you go to joinhpm.com, on the bottom right corner, you'll see that purple chat button there. If you open that up, there's the first thing that you're going to see is you're going to see some instant answers. And we're building these articles here for frequently asked questions or things that are popping up often. So instead of waiting around for us to answer, we do recommend that you check out those instant answers that are right there and built within the chat. I think it's going to save you a lot of time, and we've probably got this question in the past, so that way you can do it. So for instance, how do I check my selling permissions in Shop? All you do is click that, and we created a document here that you can just go through. Okay. And how do I add missing selling permissions? And here you go. This is one of the things that, might be missing. And then we've got related articles and things like that. So a self-service desk is available on the website. And then, if you're not finding your answer there, no problem. You can email us if you're busy. We'll get back to you typically within 24 hours. Our goal is to get it down to 12 hours or less. by email, of course. And then chat, this is live. So if you see this chat, we do have a team member there that you can chat with. And so we're typically going to be there Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. I'm always still available, but try this effort first, because we're going to have more people, and I'm usually going to be, will be more responsive using these methods than trying to text everyone on their personal or business line, or trying to find the right person to help you, right? So just trying to make it easy as possible for you. And there it is. Okay. Let's talk about star ratings now. One question that I got is, what happens if a plan is losing their 5-star rating? Okay, and that is happening. We're seeing Cigna is losing their 5-star rating here in Florida. We're seeing Care Plus, after a long string of years, is losing their 5-star. They have now been dropped down to a 4-star plan for 2023, but they are still 5-star. These plans are still 5-star until the end of the year. And so what does that mean for you? If you have a member that's not happy, that doesn't want to wait until open enrollment, and they want to make a change now, and one of those plans, those 5-star plans for 2022, is still a good fit, you can enroll them now for the first of the following month. Okay. So if you enroll them today, they would be effective 11/1. Okay. And if you enroll them in November, they would be effective 12/1. And you can enroll people into a 5-star 2022 plan until November 30th. That is the last day that you can do an enrollment for the 2022 5-star plan, using the 5-star designation for that particular carrier on November 30th. And the last effective date available is obviously 12/1. Okay. As of 12/1, you can no longer promote that 5-star plan. You can't talk about it. So for instance, on 12/1, you now have to refer to Care Plus as a 4-star plan. And now they're back into with the mortals with us. And they're just going to have to, act and guide just like the rest of the other health plans. Now, we do have one known 5-star plan in Florida. We're still searching out 5-star plans, and these are ones that are popping up. So Optimum has remained 5 stars, and that's an Anthem product. So if you don't have Optimum, if you don't have Freedom, please reach out to us and we'll get you contracted with them. They're a 5-star plan, and you can enroll them year round. And so they will not lose their 5-star designation. They will just keep rolling. The train will keep rolling for them. Okay. There's also other 5 stars. Devoted achieved 5 stars in Ohio. So if you're doing business in Ohio, check them out up there. And then in North Carolina, Alignment has achieved 5 stars. So those are the 5-star designations that we know of right now. We'll make more announcements as we see them go online. But the best place to check is Medicare.gov. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys, those of you that are online here, I'm going to share with you how to check a 5-star designation, so you can check in the areas. Okay, so if you scroll down just a tad bit, it's going to say find health and drug plans. If you're in a hurry, you can just click this button here. And then you're going to take this over to Medicare. It's going to ask for a zip code. So obviously we're looking for the 5-star ratings for 2023. And let's just say we're looking in the Miami area, 33157. And plan types, let's just say that they don't really know. Well, if you're looking for Medicare Advantage, you can go ahead and do that. Click apply and then hit start. And if you're moving quite quick, you can just kind of click through these and then continue without logging in. You don't have to see drug costs if you're not really interested in that. And then it'll load all the plans in that area. Okay. So then we'll go, and they don't have the sort by star ratings just yet, but you can sort them. And you can filter out the star ratings. So let's say we only want to see the 5-star plan ratings in the Miami area. And it does look like HealthSun achieved 5 stars again. So that's another Anthem product. They're 2 years in a row, HealthSun. So if you have Freedom, Optimum, Simply, HealthSun is part of that, and you can get that 5-star designation Just because you have Anthem and you completed the certification, you still need a contract. So if you want to reach out to us, let us know, and we're happy to get you contracted with HealthSun. But that's how you look up the 5-star designation. So far, we've got HealthSun in Miami, and we've got Optimum in the areas that Optimum is sold. Okay. So that's your 5 stars, and again, we'll continue to relay all of that information because that is exciting news. But if you're in certain areas, go ahead and just do that, and you'll be able to look up the 5-star ratings specifically for those markets as well. Okay, let's jump over to the CRM system with Spark. One thing that has been ultra helpful for folks is the new needs assessment that is available on Spark. So I want to show you guys how to do this. So if you're talking to a member and, before your meeting, if you want to send them a link to update their information in your CRM system, it's super easy to do so. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to that person, whoever that might be. You can search them up top. I'm just going into my contacts here, and I'm going to click this guy here. This is Joe. So Joe is a prospect with me, and so what I want to do is I'm going to click this purple button up here, the drop down, and I'm going to click needs assessment. What that's going to do is send this person an email that says, hey, before our meeting, if you don't mind, go ahead and fill out your information here. And whatever he plugs in, it's going to ask him what's his Medicare ID number, what do we have, the date of birth, the phone number, the email address, if they've moved, their shipping address. And whatever they put in that form is automatically going to reflect back into your CRM system. So it keeps it clean and accurate. It's also going to ask them what doctors they go to, what medications they take, what pharmacy they go to. So you're not having to sit on the phone and say, I'm sorry, can you spell that for me? It's always so awkward, So if they're plugging that information in before your meeting, you're not having to ask all those questions. And ultimately, it's less awkward for both you and your member. And it saves you time. Right now, you guys only have until December 7th. And although that sounds like a very far away, it's only about 6 weeks. Okay. So y'all got to get busy and save as much time as possible by using the tools that are available to you. Okay. So again, you just go to that contact. You're going to see the purple button up here. You're going to drop down. You're going to click needs assessment. Super easy. And then all the guesswork is taken out of it. And that's taken care of as well. The other thing that I want to make you guys aware of, because this is coming up more often too, is agents are asking, do I have a dedicated website for myself that I can promote myself and I get credit for any leads that come in, and if they want to enroll themselves? Yes, the answer is yes. We have started to build with Spark the agent pages, and these agent pages are available to you. You're going to need to go over into the gold key, and from the gold key, you're going to go over to the Spark platform. You'll see it in there. And within the Spark platform, you're going to see down here where it says Spark Agent Resources, or you can reach out to them by phone. You could shoot them an email and request an agent page, and they'll get that going to you. You're going to shoot that over to support at sparkadvisors.com, or you can send it to us and we'll forward it along on your behalf. Again, you can shoot it to us as well, support at askhpm.com, and we'll get it over to Spark if that's easy for you to remember. But yes, we can build you an agent page. It's professional, it looks great, and we can get that started for you. So if you're interested in doing that, let us know. Some updates here, some technical updates. Wanted to just share this across the universe here because this is an update, in our industry. So Social Security has made a cost of living adjustment, also known as COLA, cost of living adjustment, and they have increased the cost of living adjustment to 10.8%. So what that means is they are going to increase each Social Security beneficiary's check their income from Social Security by 10.8% in 2023. So that's starting in January. They will now receive 10.8% more in their check than they did in 2022. Okay. This is the largest COLA increase since 1981, I think they said. So it's very big. It's a big increase here. It is 10.8%. That is what I am reading on Social Security. Kelly's saying it's 8.7. I'm not sure, but either way, I do know that it's the largest increase. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because some folks that were teetering on the edge of Medicaid, maybe they qualified for Medicaid, um, or maybe they qualified for LIS, but they were on the high end of those programs and just kind of barely made it in. This cost of living adjustment could knock them out of those programs. So if they're getting more money next year, it could knock them out of this program, and then they will no longer be eligible for Medicaid. Okay. Now, although it opens up an SEP, it gets a little dicey with that stuff. Okay. So, the first thing that you want to do is double check the qualifications for Medicaid and LIS, because those often change at the same time that the new COLA comes out. Okay. So the state is most likely, they haven't announced it yet, but the state is most likely to increase the eligibility requirements for income for Medicaid. That is a possibility. That is most likely. And then LIS will follow suit with the federal side as well. So when they give more money, they also open up that eligibility a little bit more as well. We all know what's happening with inflation and in the country right now. So this is a big topic, but you might be asked by your members that are pretty savvy to say, hey, I'm getting more money next year, but I'm on Medicaid. What's going to happen to my health plan? What's going to happen to my eligibility? If they are knocked out of Medicaid, they have 6 months on most health plans, a 6-month window to reapply. So they'll be placed in a grace period for 6 months so they can remain on the Medicaid plan in order to requalify for Medicaid. Now, if we know for sure that they're definitely not going to requalify for Medicaid, then obviously you're going to want to try to put them on a core plan, on a Medicare Advantage core plan or some other option, because their DSNP is going to end if they do not recertify for Medicaid. So if they just get pushed over because they got more money, I know sometimes it's frustrating and sad, but that is a reality. And also to remind you a couple of things here, resources as well, is here in the fourth quarter of the year. Remember, we're in the fourth quarter now, October, November, December. Medicaid eligibles cannot enroll using an SEP for the first of the following month. They also are subject to AEP. Okay, so as a reminder, if you have a dual eligible that wants to change their plan, they cannot do that in fourth quarter. They have to wait until 1/1. So you have to enroll them as an AEP election period. Okay. We will see a lot of DSNPs come out of the woodwork. They're seeing commercials. They're hearing it on the radio. They're getting your postcards, those beautiful postcards we sent for you. And so they're responding, and they want to make a change too. But unfortunately, they've got to be treated as everyone else, and they have to be enrolled for 1/1 effective. Okay, so keep that in mind as you're doing that. Devoted on their broker portal announced last week that they have a self-service lookup tool where you yourself can log into the Devoted portal and look up LIS and Medicaid for your member. You do not have to rely on anyone. You don't have to call a service number. You don't have to refer it to anybody. You can go on your Devoted portal and you have a self-service Medicaid and LIS eligibility check tool that is available to you. So if you don't have that tool, you don't know where to go, if you need help, please reach out to a Devoted manager and they will guide you on how to get there so you can check eligibility at any time. Pretty cool and pretty neat and very, very helpful for us brokers. So we're happy to share that with you. All right, so there's so much more to go through, but unfortunately, we're at the top of our call here. So what we'll do is we'll continue these calls throughout AEP for more updates. Please make sure that you're getting our emails and text messages. We're trying to blast very, very important information as quick as possible to you. So if you're not receiving our emails, if you're not receiving our text messages, please reach out to a team member or use our chat feature, our new chat feature, and we'll make sure that we have the correct email and the correct phone number on file, so we can make sure that you're getting those timely updates and news flashes that could really help you when you're out there and helping folks. So thank you guys very much for being on this call today. We wish you a very successful first week of AEP. If there's anything you need, please make sure to reach out to us at support@askhpm.com or 844-696-3975. We also get text messages and our new chat feature on joinhpm.com. Check that out. Play around with it. We're happy to chat. So thank you guys very much. We hope you have a fantastic week.